What's up, guys? This is All Off the Head. Let me break this fight down real quick. The Triple G versus Daniel Jacobs fight. Golovkin made a significant impact on certain people with that fight because he didn't blow out Jacobs. He hurt Jacobs. So a lot of these boxing people are thinking, oh, okay, he didn't look too good. So Canelo, many people think Canelo's going to win, right? People think Canelo has a shot at this, which he probably does, arguably, because he did improve with the Mayweather fight. But I was hard on Canelo a lot over the years because I said he was not ready. He didn't just have that. If you go through my fight archive, where I do have credibility, unlike a lot of these so-called fly-by-night fake boxing experts with, after the fight happens, they'll tell you who they thought was going to win and why. But I have credibility. In other words, I have picked 10 plus fights in a row many times, and it's in the archive on this channel, up and down. I might sound like I'm repeating myself if you're just finding me for the first time with this boxing stuff. It's not shtick, it's for real. I predict a lot of fights right. Occasionally I'm going to be wrong, like everyone. Every real boxing expert, a boxing expert with credibility you can never be right 100% of the time. But going back to that, I got to editorialize myself. I have a few minutes here on my camera. So I just want to say, a lot of people have been asking me personally, and some here on the channel that are still watching, who do I think is going to win this fight? Triple G is older. He's 35 now. That is a big factor because you don't know many fighters how they're going to perform at 35, all right? Let's be honest. Canelo, what? He's in his late 20s now, right? I don't have a computer screen in front of me, so I'm not going to tell you exactly how old he is. I don't know. Canelo, he is a good fighter. He improved. I beat him up a lot in the past. Like I was saying before, I say, he's a B- fighter, and he was at one point, in my opinion. And he learned a lot in the ring, and he's got his game up more. But he still fought a lot of small guys and a lot of has-beens. Go through his record. Shane Mosley was like, 100 years old when he fought him? Maybe not 100 years old, but in boxing terms, he was very old. Who else did Canelo fight? Go through the record, take a good look at it, and, he can weather early the Triple G bombs because he proved that, Canelo. Let's give him some props. He proved that when he fought James Kirkland. James Kirkland was trying to get him out of there solely on power early with a Mike Tyson-like onslaught, if you will. So, there's a lot of variables like with every fight, but I predicted Canelo would easily lose to Floyd Mayweather. That's in my archive here. I mean, it would be like a sparring session, which it was, because for obvious reasons at the time. But this is an entirely different fight. I think that Canelo, he's not fighting a smaller guy, and he's not fighting an older guy per se, because Triple G is 35, and he looked good in his last fight, in my eyes, because Jacobs is not a pushover. What are you guys talking about? He didn't look good, because you're so used to seeing Triple G just knocking people out, rushing people, and getting them out of there with one bomb. Jacobs is not that type of fighter. He's a champion. He beat Kid Chocolate in one round, but I think that he didn't give that impression of he's a monstrous Triple G that you're used to seeing, Mike Tyson-like once-in-a-lifetime athlete that gets in there and just blows someone out of there at a high skill level. Daniel Jacobs is really a really good fighter. If you look at who Triple G was blowing out, guys like, I don't remember the guy's name with the beard, that dude. I mean, Jacobs is a champion, with or without a title. He doesn't have a title because Triple G beat him, but he's still a champion, and he's still at that upper echelon. Very gifted, very talented fighters. He's still a champion. He could beat most of the champions in the division unless proven otherwise in Jacobs' upcoming future fights. So Triple G knocked him down, hurt him, and he won the fight. No matter what you say or think, he won the fight, and it wasn't like, oh, it was really that close. But he did show that if you have some adequate boxing skills in there and you're able to switch things up, you can possibly have some sort of blueprint, but he didn't win. So if Canelo's people and Oscar and them, my memory card's going to run out soon, if Canelo's people, which they are, banking on Triple G turning old that night, which is always a possibility in boxing, and they're going to get the gift decision because boxing's corrupt, it's shady, not the boxers themselves, it's a sport I love to hate. Golden Boy has a strong hand in promoting the card. Who knows what kind of shenanigans is going to go on? A lot of the fans are going to be there when they're fighting. I believe in Vegas, right? So they'll get that gift win if it's kind of close, but Triple G won. If it was a Jacobs-like fight, are they going to give it to Rob Triple G? Possibly, because boxing is shady. So, you know, I'm just going to say, my opinion is Triple G wins this, and anything is possible with this fight. It's true, because of the age factor. But I think Triple G's going to legitimately win this. And is he going to knock him out? I don't know, because Canelo's really tough. He's going to hurt him probably, and he's going to weather the storm, I think. And 35 is no joke, guys. In boxing, that's like 150 years old. Really, it's no joke. Now they have all these supplements. I'm not accusing everyone of cheating or anything like that. But 35, 15 years ago in boxing, most boxers were washed up. For real. I'm not talking George Foreman, right? That's an anomaly. By the way, I predicted George Foreman when I was a kid to win the fight. There's no record of it here, but I have friends that could testify to this day. People would laugh at me. Ha kid, you don't know what you're talking about. Geezers at the Caesars. I remember they were laughing at me. You don't know nothing about boxing. But I knew George Foreman would knock out Michael Moore. Why did I know that? Because I knew he had a giant punch, and that goes last. And I knew Michael Moore had no chin. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check it up on YouTube. So, yeah, Mexican fighters are freaking awesome. I'm a huge fan of Marco Antonio Barrera. Marco Antonio Barrera is one of my favorite. Eric Morales, the Wars, I believe they had a trilogy, right? I love them so much. Yuri Boy Campos, who got ripped off so much. He should be a millionaire sitting somewhere. That's a whole nother story. But I go back deep with boxing, and I love fighters that put it all on the line. Triple G is going to show, and he should show, if he comes right and he doesn't age that night, he should win this fight. And even if it's on a BS decision, a robbery, the real boxing fans will know. And if Canelo wins this fight, hey, more power to him. More power to him. Then he's even if Triple G's an old fighter that night and Canelo wins, it's still not like, oh, he was so old, you know. It's not like he's pushing 40. And Canelo, you know, he's not a bum. And he definitely proved me wrong there on a couple of occasions. And he learned a lot from fighting Floyd Mayweather. That was the best fight for him. Floyd Mayweather has a million styles, and he learned so much in that fight on so many levels. So Triple G does not have an easy walk in the park with this fight, for sure. It's worth watching. I'm going to check it out. Guys, I hope you have an awesome day or night whenever I can get this up. And I'll talk to you soon, hopefully. We'll see what's up. Peace!